Thank you, guys. It will be a tough matchup for the Hawkeyes, especially with Nate Stanley, who might have been a little hurt last week. But we're going to start off this morning with your weekly football injury update. And this week's Daily Iowan sports editor Pete Ruden is in the newsroom with a look at Iowa's game against Purdue on Saturday. Pete, good morning. How are we?
Good morning, Declan.
All right, so quarterback Nate Stanley had a small injury last week. What is his status going into Saturday?
Yeah, on Tuesday, Stanley talked to reporters with his hands in his pockets the entire time, but said that he will be good to go on Saturday against Purdue, and head coach Kirk Ferentz echoed those comments. So expect to see Stanley in the lineup against the Boilermakers on Saturday.
And with Stanley down, the offense struggled. What does the offense need to do to get back on track?
Yeah, I think a key will be just to keep going to the passing game. It struggled last week in a big way, but Purdue ranks last in the Big Ten in passing defense, giving up almost 300 yards per game. And then adding on to that, red zone play is key. In the past 2 games, Iowa has been in the red zone 8 times and has only scored 2 touchdowns. So they need to improve on that.
Speaking of wide receiver, let's go to the counterpart. Purdue wide receiver Rondale Moore has had a great season thus far and has proven to be their threat on offense. So, how do the Hawkeyes go about stopping Moore?
Yeah, Moore has been incredible this season. As just a freshman, he leads the conference with 68 receptions and ranks second with 802 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Devontae Young and Calvin Lockett have been playing the role of Moore on Iowa's scout team, which is hard to prepare for. But a key will be just to get contact on him as soon as possible and not let him get into open space.
Pete Ruden, live in the newsroom. Great content as always. Thank you, Pete. In other football news, 24 hours after Maryland head coach DJ Durkin was reinstated as Maryland's head coach, he was fired. Durkin was put on paid administrative leave this summer after one of his players died during an off-season workout. The reinstatement drew criticism and protests from students, politicians, and even players. Maryland named Matt Canada as interim coach. The Terps are 5-3 headed into the game against Michigan State on Saturday. Well, the Iowa women's basketball team had their first media day of their 2018-2019 season, and they are certainly excited to get back on the court.
And then our schedule, of course, demanding once again, kind of, in our opinion, same old story. We try to challenge ourselves, and I feel like we're doing that same thing again this year.
Say, ready to attack. We're so excited. We came off a great season last year, but it didn't end the way that we wanted to. So, yeah, just ready and excited, mostly.
I don't think that they feel any pressure or anything like that. I think they're enjoying the experience, and I want them to have the confidence that they can perform at the accolades that we're receiving right now.
I think that we have high expectations for each other. We try to keep each other accountable every single day. To be honest, we want to be up at the top. Our goal is to get a Big Ten championship this year. So I think our goals internally are almost higher than what people expect us.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the Hawks will be taking on Dakota Wesleyan in Carver Hawkeye Arena on Tuesday, November 6th at 7 p.m. You should go check them out. Well, that'll do it for me today. Come back tomorrow for DITV pregame show with Bo Bowman. Back to you guys at the desk.